versus Falcon. My guess is this will be the same matchup for the entire set. Yeah, could be some kind of picking, but
Zero.
Both these guys seem pretty dedicated to these characters.
Zero can play Pikachu for sure, but
does he want to Pikachu Ditto Kero? I doubt it.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true.
Yeah, I think he's going with the Falcon. So this is one of my favorite matchups, and I'm very excited to see it in winners finals here. Kero told me this was a matchup he was feeling confident in, so I imagine he's got to be pretty happy to see this is the challenge that he's got to overcome in winners finals. This is a very
disciplined Zero right now.
Yeah, he's looking patient. And Kero has a very patient style in this matchup as well. Quite defensive in terms of fighting Falcon. Gonna force Falcon to approach him. He's gonna. You can see just how safe, you know, when he doesn't want to fight from the side platform, just retreats to the ledge.
Yeah.
And Zero doing a lot of these rising back
airs.
Yeah,
what do you think of those?
Kind of dangerous, just because.
You think those are dangerous?
Well, because Kero is so good at the pivot up tilts.
Sure.
And pivot up tilt is kind of an answer to rising back air, you know.
Sure.
So you have to be very cautious if you're going to be throwing out a lot of those. And Zero, I'm sure, knows that, and you can see him really varying the timing and not doing the same aerial too many times in a row.
Right. It's doing such a good job of like face checking Kero, like saying, "Don't get too close, because I'm doing this rising back air and it might hit you." What do you know? You're a big person on the rising and falling aspects of aerials. So, when do you think that Zero should be doing the falling back air?
Well, it depends on really what your opponent's doing. A lot in this matchup, you have to keep track of your opponent's tendencies. So the rising back air is great as an air-to-air tool.
Sure.
One of the best air-to-air tools.
Sure.
So for example, if he thinks Kero's going to do one of these rising forward airs, then he wants to do a rising back air of his own, which trades really well with it. Well, nice up B there, escaping that untrue combo of Zero. If you think your opponent's just going to sit on the ground and try and grab you, then you know the falling back air is much more effective.
Right,
so,
right.
If you do the rising back air when they are on the ground, like you can easily get dash grabbed or something.
This is a very slow-paced Pika Falcon right now.
Yeah, Kero.
Whoa! Oh, crazy!
Nice. Look at that awareness on that up B. Up B's away just to ensure that the grab can't hit him.
I liked the attempt from Zero just to down air there.
Yeah, if Kero had been at a higher percent, that would have killed him.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he was at exactly 0, so.
A little bit of crack of patience there with those grabs. It can feel frustrating as heck when, you know, Pikachu's not taking the bait to say.
Oh, I love that he waited for the ledge attack. And nice use of that short hop fastball. It's such a good way to bait your opponent into doing something.
All right, and Kero.
Yeah, with a lead in this first game, that patience really paying off for him.
You know, Zero is kind of like his brother a little bit. He kind of thinks and plays a little bit of the same. Not, you know, stranded is stranded, of course, but I wonder if Kero kind of just looks at Zero sometimes like a stranded junior.
Yeah, there's definitely some shades of stranded there in Zero's playstyle and in his personality. Those guys always get along well. Kero updated his earbuds there.
Zero thinking.
Yeah.
Given some big thought. Rubbing his non-existent mustache.
Yeah, and you know that's good. Zero doesn't look too frustrated.
He looks
looks contemplative.
He looks comfy. Like, am I wrong to say that? Like, he looks
kind of.
He's like
got that nice
he's like slouched back in his chair, just chilling out.
Well, he's made it this far with the Falcon, so
maybe that's what you need sometimes. You need to be relaxed. You need to chill out. Kero's all standing up. He's you know.
Nice fair and good DI on that fair to get the grab. Oh, look, insane DI from Kero.
What is that DI? Seriously.
That upwards DI was so good. Gets out of the combo. This corner pressure. Can he get out of the corner? Zero making it so hard.
That's going to reach.
Yeah, he goes for that up air, up B, and that'll kill. Zero doing such a good job of pressuring the corner. It's a skill that, you know, if you're learning that as Falcon, you will die many times. It will become very discouraging, but I always tell them, you know, you just have to keep it up because the corner pressure can be so oppressive for Pikachu when Falcon executes it properly.
That is something Zero told me.
That fastball in there.
told me once, actually. He says that he gets into those situations because how else is he going to learn?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Like, you can sit there scared, like, oh,
You see the Falcons that'll just let Pikachu off the ledge because they don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
You know.
But you only learn by doing. Like, yeah, it sucks if, you know, it doesn't go your way, but you learn from that, right? So you have to take those risks.
Yeah.
And I think that's something Zero is good at. It's taking risks. And as he plays better, he takes more calculated risks.
The backer's so close.
Like this
to
right
him.
here, this is like
He finds
making
the grab.
sure, yeah.
Oh, but the dash up air.
I'm actually surprised that what he's doing is so
misses.
effective to stop Kero from aggressing. Like, if you're in that situation.
Kero, you know, is not super aggressive in this matchup in general.
Sure.
Oh, the tech in, but he doesn't get grabbed. Every time I tech in there, I get hit by the up B, but doesn't happen for Kero. And Kero starts to break away, finds that stock. And the fair back on stage, so dangerous, but it works. Zero definitely didn't expect that fair and ends up in such a bad situation for it. Zero with a risky double jump out of the corner, but it works out for him. And that pivot up tilt from Kero. Zero. It's felt like Zero has had control over the pace of the match, but he's just not taking the stocks. Finally finds that back air.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, nice nair out of shield there.
That's hard to cover. Like when you know,
Nair out of
Pikachu,
shield. Yeah,
nair
for sure.
out of shield.
That's a really good move.
Yeah. Okay. A little bit of a
Runs
flub
off stage,
from
yeah,
Kero.
a little too early. Kind of realized his mistake and then jumps back to stage. Doesn't work. Oh, that up air off the ground. That's such a good tool that Falcons have been using more and more lately.
Yeah.
Those rising short hop up airs.
Low
Fantastic air to air.
Low is one of the people who I think is really drilled that in. He says that he does it if like Pika tries to.
Low's so good at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
When does he do it?
He does it if Pika's trying to like jump up aerial, right? So he just calls it immediately.
Yeah, exactly. And what makes it so good, like if you do a back air, sure, it'll beat their aerial. But when you do the up air, it'll beat their aerial and it'll just combo into killing them.
Yeah.
Exactly like we saw there.
It also de-incentivizes them to try and jump like that.
Yeah, it makes it so scary for Pika to do moves like that.
Very close game. I'm loving Zero's patience right now.
And Kero using those little pivots to take stage.
Like, half the clock is gone.
Yeah, it's a pretty slow
In a
Pika
Falcon
Kirby.
Pika ditto.
Or Pika.
Or
Pika
Falcon Pika match. Not ditto.
Zero. Throwing out these fast fall backers, which are so hard to challenge.
Yeah, you know, I like him just...
Oh, he finds the up air.
Oh.
This could be it. And the DI was nowhere to be found.
He just looked at Kero like, yeah. I got you.
And Zero.
I got you.
The second game that Kero has lost this tournament.
Yeah, for sure. I was liking from Zero, he was holding center stage. You know, sometimes Falcons, less practiced ones, they'll retreat to the edge. And I just know, Robert, you're like this, you know, rubbing your hands. You love that. It's like, that's what I want. I want you at the edge. But Zero, no, he's holding his ground, just doing back airs. Because if, you know, Kero gets a grab there, right, he's still got to follow it up. It's not going to guarantee into an edge guard because he's in the middle of the, you know, stage. So I was liking that from him. But let's see if Kero, when I find that someone has a good position, right, I think it's good to try and take it from them. Say, okay, you like playing here, so I'm going to play here now too.
Great shield jump there from Zero to escape that tech chase.
But it doesn't seem like that's happening quite yet. I think Kero maybe is just going to be like, okay, I recognize this. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. He's kind of doing a little close. And now he's going to retreat more. I think maybe.
Yeah, I think Kero stay playing pretty patient.
Yeah.
Until he gets those openings. One thing I'm curious about is whether he can punish Zero's jumps out of the corner.
Yeah.
So Zero, when he's cornered, and most Falcon players, right, you only have so many options. He'll use his shield jump and then double jump and kind of mix up his aerial drift to escape the corner. And again, he misses that dash up air.
Those little
That's
nuances.
the second one that he missed.
We talk about it a lot, Robert, but those little nuances is what define like, the higher level.
Yeah.
Those little nuances.
It's
you
like-
know, yeah.
No tech, though, that weird bounce you sometimes get with that down air. I love that. He waits as long as possible to make it look like he's going to the edge, and then he up-Bs all the way across the stage.
I like that.
Gives
Like
Zero nowhere near enough time, and he chases him. That up air was so smart.
Yeah.
Setting up a great tech chase.
so it happened a while back, but I like
Just
that.
grab the ledge. Okay.
That little Kero just kind of just dropped off to the side plat, and he didn't do anything at all. Sometimes it's good to just do stuff like that. You don't always need to be, you know, doing an aerial or something like that. Because you can look at it this way. When you do like an aerial, right, you're giving your opponent information in some way, right? But if you do nothing, you're keeping it a little hidden. I think, like, Isaiah's super good at that.
Yeah. The Wario, too.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this tech chase. Tech chase is with the up tilt, and that's so smart because if he had just grabbed, you know, Falcon wouldn't have gone as far.
Yeah.
So he realized, like, okay, he probably thinks I'm going to grab. He's not going to DI this up tilt. I can just do an up tilt into back throw, and he'll go a bit farther than, you know, he would have after just the grab and make that kill just a bit more guaranteed.
Very strange in there. I mean, maybe he just thought that's
Ooh,
all I could
goes
get.
for the up B, but he didn't expect the edge cancel from Kero. And the edge cancel into immediate roll. Kero keeps himself alive. Whoa! Look at Zero here. Jumping at him with the down air. But Kero just dodges all these attacks like the Matrix. None of it's working for him. The up tilt from the ledge. Oh, the pivot up tilt. He's all over him. Zero just throws out move after move and not a single one hits.
Yeah. That's
What a display at that final stop
what
from
Kero's
Kero.
good at. Maybe Kero's saying,
So evasive.
you think you can hang with me? Nope, not yet. You're close, but not yet.
Yeah, it's
That's such a...
and now it's
those
Zero.
are my
that's
favorite
gotta
matches
start
to watch, by the way.
Go to the thinking pose.
The ones where it's like, it's not entirely even. There's maybe like a slight advantage. And it's like the sides, the tipping of the scales, right? So Kero right now, he's like, not yet. You're not ready for me yet. And Zero now has to prove that I am. I am ready for you. I'm ready to win this. Yeah, I'm down 1-2, but I took a game. And I can take 2 more.
He did. Yeah, it's definitely possible. Definitely possible for Zero to make this happen.
Little switch of color.
Yeah, he likes to switch the colors.
Yeah, I feel
he's
like
used 3 different colors, I think.
I feel like that resets his mentality for him. He's like, okay, Black Falcon didn't work.
Let's go to fastball reverse fair. He's gonna a pivot fair the wrong way off the top left. I don't think it was on purpose, but it was very funny.
A very interesting way to think, like, okay, Black Falcon didn't win that game, so let's go White Falcon, right? Or, okay, White Falcon didn't win, so let's go Red Falcon. Because we saw Red Falcon against, what was it, KD3?
Yeah. And Kero's just so patient. He got the grab and waited for Wispy to get the back throw. Then he just waits and waits for Zero to commit to something.
Oh,
Zero again with the input air. We've seen so many of these.
all right, I think.
Kero immediately taunts.
So, Zero, I would say he doesn't have a rock-solid mentality.
Yeah, this is frustrating for sure. Yeah, this.
Yeah, he's
and
just
it looks like he's given up.
Yeah.
That you could DI that, and he
Yeah.
just walks off the
Yes,
stage
yeah.
and gives it
That's
to
what
him.
I'm talking about, and
Crumbles under the pressure.
I understand.
Kero hugs it out.
Yeah, I understand. I really do. It's so frustrating.
Yeah. We saw it. I think every game there was at least one dash up air
Yeah.
from Zero that, you know, just didn't come out exactly the way the way you'd want it.
Maybe that all got to him and all just kind of started to pile up, and he's just like, okay, you know, I'm tired. Because it's late right now.
It's pretty late.
It's very late.
Singles was scheduled to end at 8 p.m. It is now 10 p.m. And